Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honestly Sis newsletter, and I am here for another daily motivational video for you. So if you're tired of creating vision boards that never come true, this is the video for you. A little bit about me. I use God and cusses in the same sentence. I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne and God, it will not stop me. All right, y'all, let's get into it. God, what messages do you have for us to become the alchemists of our lives, to bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? What messages do you have for us? Whew. Angel number 35. Make sure you check out the description box below because there's always angel message, additional guidance, as well as booking information and additional information about honestlysis.com. Nice sheet. One more, God, please. One more. All right. Ooh, I love it. So this message, angel number 59, is all about education and healing. The message that I get away right away is that God is asking you to not go seek information to get healing. For some reason, instead of this being like a you looking for a teacher type thing, I feel like this is like God is asking you to get some self-knowledge in yourself so that you can get the healing that you ultimately deserve. What happens in our lives is so often we just go throughout our lives and we just, things just happen to us and we don't really take that time out to analyze why it has happened to us. A lot of us are unconsciously creating, and that is why so much trauma, and not even trauma, but just so much drama and just turmoil is in our life. And it's happening because we are living out those patterns from our childhood. And so I feel like what God is asking for you to just go back over your childhood. Think about where you have been and how you've gotten to the current place that you're in. Once you're able to kind of make those, connect those dots, then you'll be able to move more wisely and clearly moving forward. God is asking you to go inward so that you can get that healing that you ultimately deserve. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to get some more cards out here to clarify. God, what is this message? Clarify this message. One card, please. Clarify this message of education and healing. Clarify this message of education and healing. What does this mean? Make it as plain as possible, God. One card. What does it mean? Stillness with patience at the bottom. So I feel like what God is saying, reflect on the moment with love, reflect on the moment with love and kindness. So angel number 244, God is asking you to not go back over your childhood, to not go back and seek this information to blame your parents, to beat yourself up, to have these moments of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But he's asking you to go back and look over these moments with kindness, go back and look over these moments and just have some compassion for yourself. He's asking you to do that because once you do that, then that will give you the healing. So often a lot of us are moving out of these wounds, these father's wounds, our mom wound, and all of that just, it really affects how we have our relationship. I'll tell you guys two quick things. One of my favorite childhood movies, I spend a lot of time watching movies and reading books. And so I have I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. But my relationships were always anything but a hopeless romantic. And I finally, for the first time, I just came out of a 7-year relationship, and it took for me to look at it honestly and be like, damn, oh, I got this. I used in my childhood, all holidays, they used to have so much turmoil and chaos because my parents were fighting about who got to have us for that day. And so I just grew up like that. And so I was having this relationship, and that pattern manifested in my relationship. Every time we would have the holidays, it would be all this anxiety about, am I going to be with his family, or are we going to be with his family or your family? And it was just so much anxiety, and it was literally that anxiety from my childhood. So God is asking you to just, one, be patient with yourself, allow destiny to unfold as it's unpaced. Know that. Oh, and look what he said, inner world. So this is all an internal battle. So one, God is saying to be patient and be kind to yourself. Know that, changing your life is not going to happen overnight, but change your life is not going to happen overnight, but it is possible. And I feel like what God is also saying is for you guys that are seeking information, you watch a lot of these YouTube tarot readings, or you're listening to, you're going to get your chart read and you're going to get all this stuff. I feel like what God is saying is don't give your power away. Remember, you're getting this information to affirm the information inside of you. You're not giving this information so that these people can teach you who you are or explain to you who you are. So if somebody tells you some information that doesn't feel right or that conflicts with who you feel you are on the inside, speak up. Don't give your power away because you are trying to seek higher education or you're trying to get that healing. The power and the healing is always with you. These other things are just tools and resources. All right, God, let's just get us one final message. Angel number 533. God, one final message to clarify, one final card to clarify this message of education, healing, stillness, and patience. What do we need to know, God? How can we seek education without giving our power away? How can we seek education for the healing that we ultimately need? And how can we reflect on our past with compassion and kindness and not with regrets and grief? Make it as plain as possible, God. Angel number 609. Plain as possible. That makes sense. And 2 cards came out. The first card that came out that I want you guys to pay attention to is my every vibrational match. My every story is attracting its vibrational match. And so that's why God is asking you to go back and look at your childhood so that you can understand what you feel like your story is for yourself. I had to realize that I was 30 years old, still living out this story of people didn't understand me. People was teased me a lot. I was picked on. I was an outsider. If that is your story, then you are always going to feel like that 13 and 14-year-old person. And so no matter if you're 50 years old, if you never heal that wound from when you being 13 and 14, you're always going to feel that way. And you're always going to attract that into your life. Every thought that you think is vibrating at a very personal frequency, and by the powerful law of attraction, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. That thought is now attracting another thought, and that is its vibrational match. And now those combined thoughts are vibrating at a frequency that is higher than the thought that came before. And they will now, by the law of attraction, attract another thought and another until eventually the thought will be powerful enough to attract a full life manifestation. Angel number 1730. Right there, that card is telling you all about how things manifest in your life. And so God is asking you, if you want to make if you want to make a change, if you want to make this pivot, if you want to experience something different, then you have to start thinking differently. You have to start telling yourself a different story. This card of appreciation and gratitude came out, and I'm just going to summarize. You could walk down the street with all kinds of things that a lot of other people will find a reason to criticize or worry about, and you will not have access to them because your vibration of appreciation is picking out of things of a different vibrational nature. And what does this mean? Angel number 808. What God is trying to get you to understand is that we have to stop taking our lives so personally. God does not look at our life and be like, she's horrible, she's bad, she can't have it. God wants what you want. So the moment that you say, oh, I would love to experience this, God is like, oh, great. God is not up there being like, is she naughty or nice? Like, he's not Santa. He's God, you know? And so what this is trying to get you to understand is that when people betray you or when things happen in your life, it's not happening because you are this horrible person. It's happening because the world is simply your mirror. And so the universe is trying to trigger these situations in your life so that you can address the response and address the wound. But if you continue to be like, woe is me, my life is hard, my life is miserable, then nothing can change. And so what God is saying, go back, look over your life, look at everything that you've done, and you may realize that every single thing that has happened to you has led you to this point and has kind of gave you a superpower. And that's what I realized. I realized that, yeah, my childhood was fucked up. It was not ideal. Angel number 919. But now I have so many fucking story ideas that I can use from it not being good. I literally feel like, I remember when I first started writing my book, I was so scared that I didn't have enough ideas and that this was only going to be one book and I would never write another book again. But as I was telling you before, the universe is abundant. It operates in the law of supply and demand. So if you start to undig your creative juices, the universe is going to provide you more and more knowledge and more people to, bring that manifestation to life. And that is how the law of attraction works. It comes from your heart. A lot of people think you have to have your mind right, but your heart is your most powerful manifestation, your most powerful manifester of all time. And so God is asking you, as you are watching this video this month, this week, whenever, if you are truly thinking about change, if you're tired of being in this place, if it seems like you're always starting or stopping, or you just cannot catch a break, God is asking you to look at the stories that you tell yourself. He's asked you to have some time of stillness to really reflect on your life, to really think about how you have gotten to this point. And once you do that, once you heal that past, once you look at that and say, I'm happy that that happened to me, I'm appreciative of that, you will get the healing that you ultimately deserve, and then you can move on to the next leg of your journey. All right, y'all, that is all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of the video, give me your key takeaways. If not, I will see you around. Until then, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste, guys. See you around. Bye.